So as the mega flight carrying the 8 African cheetahs lands in India, in Gwalior, it will now be with the Chinook aircraft of the Indian Air Force, going to ensure a smooth and a safe transportation here, where they will be released at the Kuno National Park. This is the Shiopur district of the northwestern part of Madhya Pradesh. What is the area looking like? Solid preparations, arrangements that have been made. This is the entry gate. This is the main entry gate of the route that then heads into the national park, which is of course now been taken over by the SPG as a security cover because of Prime Minister's visit. But as you can see, banners and posters have been set up. There are forest guards, officers, administration officials, Madhya Pradesh police. Cards are being checked. It's not that anyone is being permitted. There is a very strict consideration for the entry of officials. There are of course a lot of curious onlookers, villagers, but they will now be cleared once more administration officials start to come. 10:45 a.m. is going to be that moment. Remember, this was a project initially for the Asiatic lions, but with the cheetah introduction project also that was undertaken since the past 15 years, but eventually with 2022 and the current government managing to sign a memorandum of understanding with Namibia, 8 cheetahs are coming in. It will be about the climatic conditions, their health status, the cheetah cubs, all of that will have to be taken into consideration. I want to add here, global top-notch scientists, wildlife experts, the battery of officials from the administration, politicians at the top level. It's been a solid team, constantly interacting, talking about each other, because it's not that Kuno National Park was decided out of nowhere. There were different sanctuaries, national parks that were discussed from Rajasthan to Madhya Pradesh, eventually because of its climatic condition, because of its forest land and enough area in the 750 square kilometers of the Kuno National Park for the cheetahs to be able to run around. We are talking about the fastest mammal on earth with 120 kilometers per hour of speed. As I was telling you, the vehicle convoys of the government officials, the Madhya Pradesh police, are en route. This is to ensure right before the Prime Minister's arrival that there is going to be everything cleared, everything smooth, and to ensure that cheetahs can safely and in the most healthy way start their new life here in India. For most people and for all of us, remember, we have never seen the cheetahs. So therefore, at this point, everyone wants to ensure, specifically the Madhya Pradesh administration and the government, that everything goes well. Hemendra Sharma, to tell us about what this means for Madhya Pradesh, the arrangements, the discussions, the conservation project that has been done. And perhaps it's a moment of pride also, isn't it, Hemendra, for the people of Madhya Pradesh, that Kuno National Park becomes the new home for the return of the cheetahs, or the Garvapsi of the cheetah to India. Hemendra.
Yes, indeed, it is a very important moment for Madhya Pradesh and also for the people of Madhya Pradesh. In fact, Kuno National Park, the lion was supposed to come over here. There were orders from the Supreme Court. The lion was supposed to come from Gujarat, but somehow it didn't materialize. The government of Madhya Pradesh was trying to bring the lion to Kuno National Park for so many years. In fact, every 6 months the Chief Minister used to promise that the final step is being taken and finally the lion would arrive, but that didn't happen. And since that didn't happen, and now the cheetah is coming, so it is indeed a very special moment for Madhya Pradesh and for the people of this particular region. Also, a lot is being expected. Once the cheetah comes here, once it gets acclimatized, it's a long project. It's not just that it will start happening from day one, as the Chief Minister also referred and mentioned yesterday, saying that the first objective of the government of Madhya Pradesh and the Forest Department is to ensure that the cheetah gets acclimatized. Once it properly gets acclimatized, it's safe and is able to move around freely at the speed that you were mentioning, 120 kilometers per hour. And once that happens, the government of Madhya Pradesh would most likely and most certainly like to develop this particular area as a tourist destination as well, because this particular area, remember,
it is a reason that the Kuno National Park has been chosen for Madhya Pradesh, and therefore it will be about now the success of what happens to the generations of cheetahs, and we do hope that they'll be given the best so that they can survive and become a new home here in India.